the government counsel in this matter, the counsel representing the Delhi police, he's claimed that the court has allowed the narco analysis of Aaftab to go ahead. But one thing that still needs to be clarified is whether or not Aaftab himself has consented to the narco analysis. That consent might be important for that procedure to actually materialize. But the information we're getting is that the additional public prosecutor representing the Delhi police in court has said that the court has allowed the narco of Aaftab to actually go ahead. Let me in fact go across to Priyank once again. Priyank, the court might have said yes to the narco because an application to that effect had been filed by the Delhi police. But how critical is Aaftab's own consent for this narco procedure to go ahead?
What we are getting to know from the additional public prosecutor, this is the information which has been shared by our colleague Nilashi Chaudhary, who has been talking to them and sending minute by minute, second by second detail of what is happening in this important hearing, that the court has granted permission. So which means that certainly Aaftab would have given his consent because instead of his consent, this permission cannot be granted. We are waiting and awaiting the detailed order copy from the court, Siddharth, because that will be clearing all these doubts, these legitimate doubts which you are raising. But we are waiting for the order copy or any statement, official statement, which is coming out from the lawyers who were present in the court. But what we have been told by the additional public prosecutor that this permission has been granted. So now the Delhi police will be able to know the larger psychology, the behind story, what was going in the mind of this accused. Although these are not the evidences, Siddharth, as you are very well aware, yes, which can be admissible before the court. But this will give a very clear, direction to the investigating team, which has come to a roadblock ahead because of the lies, because of the lack of evidence, because of the delay in the investigation of 6 months, which has been caused because of the lies which has been peddled by Aaftab Poonawalla.
Right, Priyank, if Mr. Varun Singh is with us right now, I'd like to in fact seek a clarification from him. Mr. Varun Singh, if you can hear me, if the court has actually said that the narco analysis can go ahead, is it usually... Well, we don't have Mr. Varun Singh right now. We'll come back to him just a short while. Let me also go across to Sabyasachi, as well as Mayank and Shivani and Priyank are all, of course, with us right now. Sabyasachi, coming to you first. We're still awaiting clarification as to whether or not Aaftab himself has given his consent for the narco analysis. But nevertheless, a significant development in court where 5 days further custody has been now granted to the Delhi police.
Well, definitely, Siddharth, it's much needed for the Delhi police. They have got the custody of Aaftab for 5 days, and today for almost more than 2 hours the meeting was going on between the DCP, additional DCP, ACP as well as SHO and IO. All of them were strategizing what could be done next so that the Delhi police could gather the missing pieces of the evidence as soon as possible. And also we were talking about that the Delhi police have roped in the cyber cell to locate the phones of Aaftab and Shraddha as well. And also the crime branch investigative team was also present at the Mehrauli Ridge area. They were also helping the Delhi police in the search operation. The Delhi police have told the court that they have already searched 4 locations and other locations are also on the radar that needed to be searched thoroughly to collect the missing pieces of evidence.
Right, Sabyasachi, let me go across to Varun Singh as well, lawyer. Mr. Varun Singh, we're getting reports that the court has allowed the narco test to proceed, though we're still awaiting a final confirmation if Aaftab himself has given his consent. But if the narco analysis is expected to proceed and is going to be on track, how critical is it to aid the police in terms of getting a sense of the direction in which the investigations might go on from here, even though the narco analysis itself might not be admissible as evidence?
Right. So as I was indicating earlier, even if the narco analysis is not admissible, there is something in the Evidence Act which actually connects the crime with the statement, which is that if during the analysis, if he says something about truthfully that one of the murder weapons is located at location so and so, and that murder weapon is located from there, that would constitute as a disclosure statement under the Evidence Act, under Section 27 of the Evidence Act, and that would make the statement given under narco test also some credibility and connect the crime. However, like you rightly said, that consent not being given can be opposed against, as Supreme Court has said this time and again. But as we see as of now, he's not even represented. So to say that this may not be proper or procedurally right, somebody has to challenge that.